60 of 80. of 80, 80 of 80. So there is the potential that we could benefit from a load of fertilizer on 5 and 25. Although I would probably have to do it with the sprayer rather than the solid. Okay, you're empty. You're the wrong tractor. There we go. Oops. Do not load the, or lower the boom when you're still driving forwards over the tractor. Actually, this is probably the best tractor I have for doing this task because of the four-wheel steering and the fact that the collector also has a steering axle. And I've been driving for a while, actually not that long. Oh, and I forgot to get the unloading thing out. Try that again. Okay, and I'm going to take this one back to the yard. And I'll get, well, do I want the fertilizer? Yeah, I'll unload the fertilizer at the our fertilizer store. Just because I think the next thing I'm going to want the fertilizer in is the planter and not this spreader. Although that's, well, maybe not. I do have a field of canola to plant, and I believe we are in canola planting season. So let's think about doing that. I'll put this over here. That's fine. I will check, but I'm fairly certain canola can be planted. So let's go do that. Or at least, what the heck? Come on, we put that all, I am absolutely certain we did not leave this in the middle of the driveway. Especially when you look at the grass over there. I'm pretty certain that this was parked here. And then every game save and reload, it's been working its way across the yard. Okay, we need the seeder. Let's zoom in. And eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oops. I believe you're the seeder I want. Okay, let's switch up and go load it with canola. So last thing I planted with this was the grass. Somewhere over here, sunflowers, sugar beets, clover, linseed radish, canola, that's the one. We'll drag that out. Drag, oops. With canola, yay. So this, I think this is probably way more canola than we actually need. $909 litres, okay. I'll pull this back up to the entrance to the field again. Or the farm, sorry. And we'll go collect some more potatoes. Yay, potatoes. Alright, JCB Fast Track. Can lower that again for the brief time that we drive up and down the field. So I'm kind of happy with the pickup width of this. Obviously the tank capacity is pitiful. Then again, this is our fourth load of potatoes. This cart will be full. Okay, let's... Oops. No. Good. Let's take this down to our other field and get it planting. Again, I haven't checked what the precision farming requirement of nitrogen is for canola. So I don't know if this field is sufficient or not. The bus stop. I'll be happy with having all the fields that need to be planted by the end of today. Potato field will need to be ploughed, but I doubt that's going to happen today. Especially since, probably because of the size of that field, I'll use the small plough. And the small plough is normally towed by the case. Okay, let's get 90 degrees should be good. Okay, lower, turn it on, turn it on. Get it moving, turn on the worker, there we go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but That's a good thing. I'm going to jump out. Oh, wow. Okay, canola is a high demand nitrogen crop too. Sunflowers is a lot less demanding. There we go. So we'll finish this row off. And guess we'll upload it since we're here. Now I'm hoping the trailer does not swing out too much and foul the tipper. That's fine. Okay, there are a few potatoes in the grass here. Obviously the pickup's on the other side, so maybe I should take that into account when I'm doing this. Oops. And we'll get stuck on the tree because why not? Okay, now we're exceeding the turn capability of the harvester, the collector. That bit there. And again, back up. I think I will swing about on one of these. Something like that, anyway. Whoa, there we go. Alrighty, and back up the field. Oh, of course it's not going to be changing the yield map because obviously we have already harvested and got the yield values. What we haven't done is collected what's all on the floor. Okay. So I'm thinking it would be kind of nice to have the beet collector. I can't remember what it's called. Sugar beet technologies. See, something like this that picks up beets from the ground. That one also just picks up beets from the ground. Now they don't have a tank, but what they do is they pump it down a conveyor belt and offload it into a trailer. Now something like that is kind of handy, and it would be really nice if there was a potato version. But sadly the nearest thing we have to a potato version is what I'm hauling behind me, and the working width on that is not very big. We've got 54,000. I wonder how much another 30,000 litre trailer would be. Although at the moment, as I said, no spare tractors. The class would be a good tractor to haul with here. Where's my Challenger? What is my Challenger doing? That's an interesting question. think the Challenger might actually be in the shed. But that way I could collect a number of rows with two 30,000 litre trailers. We can keep going with the potato collection and run them both down in tandem. So obviously this is most definitely a job that you cannot do with a worker unless you're using coarse play. Stop. There you go. So something like, I'm thinking, see, there's the Joskin, wherever that is. Where is it? This one, the Transpace 8000. That's 35,000. Now there was also those are way too small for what we're doing. Those are, well, 32,000. That's what I'm using. Well, no, that's the 2-axle, that's the 3-axle. That's the one I'm using, and 37.2 is for the extended sides. The other ones that were new with the is this thing, 46,000. The problem is I don't know whether we've got the height to get over these extended sides on a lot of our things. So we'd be looking at this sort of thing. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it stops the potatoes getting damaged. You've got the Roland. Like I said, the problem with these big trailers is I'm not sure. See, something like that, that's only 30,000 again. So we've already got the orange one. Could go with one of those. That's 43,000 though. Configuration standard. Grain, silage. But anyway, so yeah, we do have options for 30,000 litre trailers if I wanted to. Challenges in there. So we do have a spare tractor. I lied. I thought we were out, but obviously not. I guess what I can check is how much we can drive over the tractor, so we could get the small grain sideboards. Which would push us up from 30,000 to 31,000 litres. That's potential. And this trailer might also have small sideboards as well. Just the whole collecting thing is obviously, it's slow, and since the Grimmer Potato Pack should be part of Farm Sim 22, if previous what's the word for it? Previous actions are followed, so we should see most of what was introduced as DLC for 19 as native to 22, but one or two may be kept behind and used to test the mod hub, so there'll be Giants mods. But we should see them all in game, which means I could expect to see potentially this potato collector change to have a larger capacity as a mod. Potentially a whole host of other things as well. We'll get to see more fast bales. And again, I wouldn't be surprised to see something like a John Deere fast bale, because those are a thing in real life and John Deere is very popular. I think the first fast bale I saw was a John Deere on YouTube. Okay. Turned around there. Nicely lined up for this row. So yeah, the windrowing on the potato harvester, I think, ends up with a much wider swath than I was expecting it to be. Well, we seriously drove too far there. However, this collector certainly technology. It's this thing here, and the working width is 0.9 meters, and I'm surprised. I would be surprised if that's actually 0.9 meters. I'm in the cart. Just saying. So, and you see that with some of the balers as well. Some balers have a very restrictive pickup mechanism where they will not pick up the entire windrow for some mowers, whereas others have a very lenient pickup area. So going around corners, they'll pick pretty much everything up too. And yeah. Done and missed a tiny little bit there. So maybe I'll go for the 3-axle Roland, buy one of those as well. It's just handy having all the carts. Is the engine on? No. Engine on. Collector on. Drive. We got all of the potatoes on the right hand side, that's all. Shadows from the trees. It's kind of confusing. another row to pull up here. We'll take this one, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of driving through the hedge at that bottom end every now and again in order to collect the bits we're missing when we do the turn at 6800. Keep going. Now stop. Now stop about 10 seconds ago. There you go. Or I can just drive along the edge of the field, because like I said, the working width on this is quite a thing. What are you doing? Holy mackerel. I was not expecting this thing to be nearly out of canola, considering how little canola seed is usually used. So that's a surprise. I might drive down to the store in the Land Rover and go grab some canola. It's probably the quickest way of doing it. 2100 litres should see us through that entire field without much issues. I guess the field's a little bit bigger than I thought it was. At least that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Turn off here, grab the outside row. Okay. Wow. So close and yet not quite. Oops, fence is in the way. Oh, let's go for the second one. Alrighty. 25,000, this will be a full tank. Wanky878, good morning, welcome to the stream, and just good morning, I guess. C's.